Hello all, I am Amol Chaudhary from the Department of E&TC Engineering of AISSMS Pune. In this video, I will be discussing Dijkstra's algorithm.
Students, to implement the Dijkstra's algorithm, I will consider this example which is given in the book Forozen. In this example, we have 5 nodes A, B, C, D and E, and among these 5 nodes we have given this particular topology. Okay, so as per Dijkstra's algorithm, we have to set first the any particular root node for which we will form the routing table. In this example, I will consider root node as A, but later on you can try for B, C, D or E with the steps which I am going to demonstrate in this video. So as per Dijkstra's algorithm, now what we have to do, we have to maintain the permanent list and tentative list. So the step number 1 is set root node. In this case, I am considering root node as A and move that A to the tentative list. So I will move A to the tentative list. Along with the name of the node, I have to also move the cost associated to reach out to that particular node from the root node. So to reach out to A from A itself, the cost associated will be obviously 0. Okay. Now in the second step, what I have to do is to move A to permanent list and add its immediate adjacent nodes to the tentative list. So first what I will do, I will move this A to the permanent list. Okay. And what are the immediate adjacent of node A? Immediate adjacent, that is B, D and C. E cannot be immediate adjacent of A because we do not have the direct path from A to E, and that is why we cannot consider E as immediate adjacent node of A. So remaining immediate adjacent of A are B, and the cost associated to reach to B from A is 5. So I will write similarly C, and the cost associated to reach to C from A is 2, and that is next is the D, and the cost associated to reach to D is the 3. So this is what my second step. Now in the third step, I have to identify the least cost associated among B, C and D. So 2 is the least cost among this tentative list node. So now I have to move C to the permanent list. So I will move C to the permanent list. And what are the immediate adjacent of C now? Immediate adjacent of C are E, A and B. Okay. So E, A and E, but node A is already processed, which makes unprocessed neighbors just B and E. However, we also find that B is already in the tentative list with cumulative cost associated 5. Node A could reach to node B through C, but the cumulative cost to reach to B from A via C will be 6, which is the maximum than that of 5. So B will be 5 from A to B, and then what we will do, we will consider D as it is, and unprocessed is E. So E is the immediate adjacent of C, and the cost associated to reach E from A we have to consider. So that will be 6. We can reach out E via B from A as well, but the cost associated with this path will be 5 plus 3 8, which is more than that of 2 plus 4 6. That's why we can reach out to E via C from A, and we have considered that E as cost associated is the 6. In the next step, that what I have to do among these particular 3 nodes B, D and E, now I have to consider D because D is having the less cost as compared to 5 and 6. So what I will do now, I will move D in the permanent list, and what I will have remaining in the tentative list as B5 and E6. Why this is so? Because there is no any other adjacent to D except A, but A is already being processed in the permanent list. Okay, so that is why immediate adjacent nodes of D are already being processed. And in the fifth step, now among 5 and 6, which is the less cost, that is B5. So next I will have to move B5 to the permanent list. And what are the immediate adjacent of B? That is A, which is already being processed in the tentative list. C, A is already being processed in the permanent list. C, which is also already being processed in the permanent list. And what else is remaining is the E. So E is nothing but the next, which is already is unprocessed in the tentative list. Okay. And in the last step now, there is only one node which is present in the tentative list. So I have to move this particular unprocessed E in the tentative list. And now there are no immediate adjacent of E as far as this topology is concerned, because already B is being processed, C is being processed in the permanent list. So in this way my tentative list becomes empty. This process we have to repeat till the tentative list becomes empty. Okay, and after this particular tentative list becomes empty, we will have the routing table from this step number 6 for node A. So I will write routing table for node A. So I will have 3 columns: node, then cost, and then the next router. So node A, cost associated to reach node A from node A is 0. Next router is not applicable. Cost, next node is B, cost associated to reach to node B from node A is 5. There is no intermediate router. Then node C, cost associated to reach node C is 2, no associated intermediate router. Then D, for D the cost associated from A is 3, and then E, from E the cost associated is the 6, and the packet which is moving from A to E should go or must go via C, because this is forming the shortest path between A and E. Packet can move like this as well, but this cost is higher. So So cost associated to reach from A to E is 6 and next router is C. So dear students, in this way routing table is completed for node A. We have considered node A as a root node, and from node A we have found out this particular routing table using Dijkstra's algorithm. Similarly, you can try out by considering root node other than A. Like you can consider root node as B or C or D or E.
I hope you have understood how to implement the Dijkstra's algorithm to find the shortest path. Thank you.